I'm going to inventory the toolbox, so those of you who are borrowing this Tamer or demoing it or whatever can make sure you got all the tools back in the right places. So you can see the frame in the vise in the background, and other than the frame, everything else is contained in this toolbox. We got your two end brackets, the puller bridge, socket driver, your inserts are all in the bottom. You've got a pair of 2-inch inserts, one 1 5/8 insert. Those three are tapered. Then you've got 4 straight inserts. You got a pair of 2.5 inch, a pair of 3-inch inserts. Also down here in the bottom, you got the water pump puller / driver right in the middle. Then on either side of it, you've got the Toro bearing and seal installation tools. Then on each end, you've got a socket. I've got a 1-inch socket down here and a 1 1/16 socket on the other end. And up top here, you've got the tapered roller bearing cup installation tool, and this is also a seal driver on the other end. We've got a large collet. This is a 1 1/2 to 1 3/4. This is for the large True Turf roller bearings. I believe they are the 6205 bearings. This will pull the outer race of the 6205. This is the 1 1/4 to 1 1/2. This is the most common collet. You've got the forcing screw here, which is going to go in one of these 3 collets. This is the coarse thread jacking nut. This is only going to be used if you're using an R&R puller with the Tamer. The R&R pullers have a coarse thread shank. This is the handle for the bearing and seal driver. This is also the handle for the Toro bearing and seal installation tool. These are the 2 short standoffs. These will be used if you're using the R&R water pump bearing puller in this device. These are the 2 long standoffs. This is the jacking screw and the fine threaded jacking nut. I've got a couple of carriage bolts and nuts, a couple more pan-headed bolts and nuts. What these are for is if you're using a straight bushing and you're using the Tamer in the cradle mode, and you're sliding a roller back and forth through one of these, sometimes that roller is going to try to grab this and snatch it out of the end bracket. So that's when you want to secure the insert with one of these bolts instead of using one of these retainers, because these will hold it a lot tighter and prevent it from getting snatched out. Most of the time I use these retainers to retain the inserts. There's 4 of those. This is the adapter for water pump bearings that have a threaded hole in the end. This is also for True Turf rollers. This is your 1/4 inch pin for water pump bearings. This is your 3/4 inch fine threaded bolt that's cut off very short. This threads into the Toro bearing and seal installation tool. This is what you're going to use when you drive new bearings into the older 2nd generation Toro rollers. I believe that's it.